Greetings. Welcome to Towson Acupuncture Associates. I am William Zvarick. I want to make a couple of video clips that I hope will give you some techniques that are clear for our immune system, because that's very important right now. Sorry for the low tech. I'm waiting for a microphone. It's somewhere in the mail. You know, it's the way it is now. I could use a better haircut, but you know, we'll just do the best we can. I want to get this information out. I will try to speak clearly, and hopefully you can hear most of what I'm saying. So I'm going to divide this presentation into two separate clips, because I want to talk about two techniques. I want to talk about yoga breathing techniques and Chinese Qigong techniques. And then I want to combine the two techniques. That's my own particular twist on this. I mean, maybe other people talk about this. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But this is kind of the Bill Zvarick, method of combining these techniques. So just a little bit of a discussion. The purpose of the Qigong is, the pranayama is several-fold. Pranayama is the Hindu term for control of the breathing techniques. So first of all, we want to increase the physical capacity of the lungs and oxygenate every part of the lung, from the nose to the nasopharynx to the bronchioles to the alveoli at the end, the little air sacs. So second of all, by doing these techniques, this engages the parasympathetic nervous system. So the sympathetic nervous system is the fight or the flight. It's basically adrenaline. The problem is with adrenaline in our systems that suppresses immunity. Our natural killer cells, we have something called innate immunity when we're first exposed to viruses or pathogens. And what helps fight them off is our innate immune system. When we're running away from the saber-toothed tiger, our body's priority is not to heal, it's to just get away. So that's why immunity gets suppressed. And I believe there's probably a fair amount of adrenaline going all around right now. That's the easy part. There's always adrenaline. The hard part is to just... So anyway, breathing techniques strongly promote this. So very powerful. You can do it at home. You don't need to go anywhere. It's really good to do outside in the fresh air under the trees. Your mother was right. You need fresh air. Mom was always right. But inside is good too. So I'm going to turn sideways and show you what I'm doing and talk you through it so you can see. I'm using my hands so you can see what I'm doing with my body. And you can do this as well to cue yourself. So a little discussion about the diaphragm and the abdomen. We breathe in. When we take air in deeply in yoga breathing, our abdomen expands, and that allows the diaphragm to descend. And as you exhale, the abdomen goes in, and that allows the diaphragm to go up. It's like a bellows. Abdomen out, diaphragm down. Abdomen in, diaphragm up. Diaphragm down, diaphragm up. So it's like a bellows. So here we go. Sideways. Follow along or observe closely. We fill the lower abdomen. We fill the chest. Lift the shoulders a little bit at the end. Hold it, and exhale. Abdomen goes in. We lift the shoulders at the end a little bit in yoga breathing, complete breath, because the lungs go all the way up here, right around the collarbone, just right above the clavicle here. So one more time. Oh, and we breathe in through the nose, and we release the air through the mouth. So front view. You don't have to rock back and forth. I'm exaggerating a little bit. I'm adopting a Qigong stance. We'll talk more about that in our next video clip. So that is the complete yoga breathing technique. The more you practice pranayama, the more you can sustain the breath at the end. So now you have to work up to that, but that's the goal. That's the more you do it, sustaining that breath and holding it. And that is where that real magical neurological shift occurs very strongly, where the sympathetic nervous system engages. My friend Liz asked me about some things for insomnia because you may reference my previous video about sleep. So I want to give you another technique that, say you're having insomnia and you're lying in bed anyway, well, I'm going to give you something that you can do so you have an activity at least, and also very strongly engages the parasympathetic, that's hard to say, the parasympathetic nervous system. So we're going to look at alternate nostril breathing. The Hindus had this concept of these two channels that go up the body and terminate at the nostrils. So we have the Ida, which is the left nostril, which is the more calming, we could say corresponds to the parasympathetic, and the Pingala, which terminates at the right nostril, which is the more active, warming aspect, which we would say corresponds to sympathetic. We could also say yin and yang. I guess in Chinese medicine, there's probably some resonance there in those two traditions. So I will demonstrate this in very good detail and go from side to side to see what, so you can see what I'm doing. So first I take these two fingers, I put them on my forehead. This is just to get them out of the way. So I'm going to use my thumb to control the right nostril and these two fingers to control the left nostril. So I'm going to start by closing off the left nostril, breathe in through the right nostril, close them both, hold it, hold it, hold it, and let the air out of the left nostril. Bring the air in the same nostril, the left nostril, hold it, hold it, hold it, and let the air out of the right nostril. Breathe into the right nostril. Fill the lungs. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Out the left nostril. In through the left nostril. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Out the right nostril. Etc., etc. You don't have to turn. I'm just showing you which side. You can just stay. You can just hold still. So again, very powerful technique, just to calm the spirit. If you are having insomnia, hey, at least you'll be calmer. Oh, by the way, the complete yoga breathing also when you're lying down. And in fact, it's very good to practice this lying down because you can really get a sense of the abdomen rising and falling as you're expanding and contracting. And I even tell people that what's good to do is just as you lie there, once you do a few deep breaths, don't push it after certain points. Just observe the fact that your abdomen is moving, and your hand being there will give you that cue, that tactile cue that that's happening. But I teach the alternate nostril breathing specifically to anxiety patients as something that they can do at home. And all of this stuff, the beauty of this is you can do this on your own. You don't need a prescription. You don't need to go to the doctor. This is nature's medicine. It recruits our own internal pharmacy. We make these various factors all the time, neurological factors, immune factors. So this is part one. Again, I'm going to combine this with Qigong techniques, and the two together, separately but together even more powerfully, will make a very powerful immune tonic. All right? It's been a pleasure. Namaste.